That's what I call Pizzagate. This is ridiculous.
This is Tom Hartman, and you're listening to the Hal Sparks radio program, mega worldwide on Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT.
Okay, so the government is currently shut down, except for the military, law enforcement, most...
Even though Trump said that the military would be shut down.
Right, is held hostage. This is his big thing. They don't want to fund our military. They would rather give free lollipops to anybody coming over the border with the money we would pay for our troops. Like... Dude doesn't even... Okay, so I think this is part of the confusion, Johnny. I really do. I think he thinks that a government shutdown shuts down the military, but he hopes a government shutdown shuts down the FBI. I think he thinks the government pays for Mueller, and therefore, right? Therefore, wait, guys, I got a plan. If there's a shutdown, then Steven, step away from the window. The sun is glaring off your head and it's blinding me, okay? I've only got a certain number of heartbeats. You can't do that to me. And it's freaking me out.
That's right.
Okay.
It's like a battery.
So if we shut down the government, Mueller will walk out to his mailbox. There'll be no checks in it. And he'll have to just stay home and watch me on television. And then I'll go on television and I'll tell him it's all a hoax perpetuated by the Chinese Democrats. And that'll get me out of it. I really do think there's a certain point. I really do think that there's he probably believes that this somehow slows down the Mueller investigation to some degree. Now, last time, in the 2013 shutdown, $4 billion in tax refunds were delayed because of the timing of it or whatever. But women, infant, and nutrition programs went unfunded. Gotta love that pro-life family values crowd. Federal research activities of the National Institutes of Health, which lost about 3/4 of its employees. National Science Foundation, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, lost 2/3 of their staff during the shutdown. CDC scaled back its monitoring of disease outbreaks. Environmental Protection Agency inspections halted at 1,200 locations. We've stopped that already. We don't like all these regulations. I love McDonald's. I love a certain amount of bug fecal material in my French fries. It gives it that special flavor, that special sauce. The national parks shutdown resulting in $500 million in lost consumer spending from tourism. And reviews of veterans' disability applications slowed to a halt with nearly 20,000 applications per week not being evaluated. Also, immigration agencies were slowed down. Government provides routine inspections and generates information isn't considered essential. So they're very picky about where what funds go, even in law enforcement. But the important thing is that with those stupid food inspections and those water inspections, I don't drink water because fish have sex in it. I'd read that from President W.C. Fields said that, one of our greatest presidents. And then, and also, so the idea that this is going to, and now the thing is they want to lay this at the foot of Democrats. This is the Mitch McConnell.
It is very sad that we presented this to the
I swear to God,
Democrats.
I thought you hit a recording right there for a moment.
Oh,
Your
because
voice changed so severely.
Yeah, right, because it's so inhuman. It's really easy.
I thought you were playing a clip.
No.
Mr. President,
No, all you have to do is shove your chin back into your Adam's apple and instant Mitch McConnell. But I will say that it's sort of Edie McClure in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when she's pretending to be, Rooney, calm down.
Rooney, get a hold of yourself.
Right. Ed.
That might be the best, 3 minutes in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Panic with
Ferris
him on the
Bueller's
phone.
online too. Rooney, calm down. So, yeah, and in the chat room, they're like, President Garfield, the cartoon, I thought that Vice President
Up,
Odie, right? So the government, the Republicans and the Democrats, the idea is that they adjourned until 9 a.m. this morning. Kamala Harris, one of my senators in California, tweeted this morning that she will not be able to make the LA Women's March because she is still in D.C. trying to get a 1 month long continuing resolution passed through Congress. They're not even at this point budgeting anymore. And this was, by the way, the government shutdown happened on the 1 year anniversary of Donald Trump being sworn in. Donald Trump, his presidency began on the 19th of last year of 2017, and a year later, government shut down right on that day. And for everybody who's like, it's the Democrats' fault, they're just doing this for the optics of blah, 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 blah. They didn't even have enough Republican votes to pass the CR, much less get Dems on board.
Republicans were switching over and voting with Dems.
That's right. Yeah, they literally needed to pick up Dem votes. They need to pick up Democratic votes to make up for the shortfall on the Republican side.
Yep.
Apparently there's Trump and his White House are trying on the Schumer shutdown. It's the Schumer shutdown because the minority leader and the senator is the governing pivot in the world. The Schumer shutdown shouldn't be able to happen. Meanwhile, back in 2013, during that shutdown, Trump was giving tips on Fox News going, if there's a shutdown, it's the president's fault, 100%. If you can't get people in a room, make a deal. And then he, of course, had to skip out on his $100,000 a plate party at Mar-a-Lago, his campaign party, which I guess if you consider paying off porn stars to not talk about your affairs, does that qualify as a campaign expense? I mean, for tax purposes, I don't understand. But very well, maybe. So he had to miss his party, and boy, was he upset. He apparently, according to, I think it was the Washington Post sources, he was fuming that he was missing his Mar-a-Lago party.
Da-da-boo.
Yeah, da-da-boo. Who's a boo? Poor thing. Missed his party because for some reason, he was unable to make a deal in the last few weeks, which, for the record, he blew up. Let's understand 100%. They had a deal. He said he would sign any deal. He literally said, whatever they put in front of me, I'll sign it.
Any deal they bring to me.
Dude, you're not supposed to say that out loud. If there was a Reagan doctrine, it was, don't tell anybody that I'll just sign whatever. Don't say it. You have to at least pretend to lead. Honestly. So Trump, and by the way, he tweeted this morning in his, fits and starts, #America First, right out of the gate. And he's yelled America First on Twitter like 5 times in the last month. America First! He just, damn it. Like, that's basically what he's saying. What the fresh hell? America First! What don't you understand about me shutting down the government? Okay. And then there's this, his sort of sarcastic, this is the 1 year anniversary of my presidency, and the Democrats wanted to give me a nice president, #Democrat shutdown. And what was the gift that they gave you? Recognition that you couldn't even get your own party in line? Because understand this. The president couldn't get Democrats to vote for it, but he couldn't get all the Republicans to vote for it either. Because he bugged off to Mar-a-Lago and then had to fly back and sit in the Oval Office watching television.
Really, he left and came back?
Yeah, he left and came back. That's at least that's according to the White House pool stuff. I was like, yep, he's packing up, he's ready, he's going down there, and then he flew back because everybody was like, because Kevin McCarthy, who's now the new, he's the Trump whisperer in the Pez dispenser. You know, like one gets knocked out and another one has to come up and cover for it. The snake regrows its head every week. Kevin McCarthy is now the Mr. President, you can't leave town. You can't go down there. It'll look like crap. Everybody will go. You'll, of course, get blamed for the shutdown if you went to a party, you know. And so he flew back late at night to watch television and put Mitch McConnell on hold and watch the line blink. Oh, Mr. President. Hello, Mr. President. Thank you for calling the White House. Your call is very important to us. Damn it. So we got to take a break. When we come back, more of your calls, 773-763-9278. And the president's, the tweets. We'll be back. Do I look blurry? It might be. This is, I think, we might actually be blurry. Sorry, guys. No. Oops, did I grab? Okay, yeah, so let's see. Let's see. So, sorry, chat room. Hi, how are you? Thanks. Thank you, TLK Knitting. Thank you so much. Thank you, Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Billy. Super awesome of you. Welcome. Everything looks and sounds all right? Do we all right? Are we good? Man. Awesome, Charles. Glad to hear it. It's no Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. We have 5 to 21 days of a shutdown as usual, but beyond that, then they'll have a problem from this infant. Trump acts like my dad. Acts like my dad, I guess what you mean. Look, I did this all by myself. Ooh, infant. Yeah. Why can't Trump just admit he's racist? I think that's the great question. He very well may have. Here's the problem, though. Admitting you're racist means you think you're being wrong for your racial assessment. And a true racist would never, ever consider themselves racist. They would just consider themselves a pragmatist about other races. Right? If you go, wow, I'm racist, you're kind of no longer racist because you recognized you're wrong for what you think. I mean, does that make sense? Racists can't think they're racist. If you're racist, you're no longer... It's like being psychotic. Very much like being psychotic. If you know you're psychotic, you're not psychotic.
10 seconds.
Okay, thank you. I'm 67 years old. I've never met a racist who admitted she's racist. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Amos, thank you. A little bit of sympathy for the devil. Thank you.
Now back to the Hal Sparks radio program, Mega Worldwide, 773-763-9278.
By the way, I want to start this segment off by thanking everybody who showed up for the special HSRPM show this week that I did to raise money for me to buy 666 Fifth Avenue. We're only 1.5 billion and change away from our goal, but I think we're going to get there. And Johnny, you have to be on the next one. We're going to have to, have a telethon, and you'll play guitar. You'll be one of the performing acts. Is that you're going to help me?
No, absolutely. Yeah, as long as you do, your sweaty Jerry Lewis impression.
That's right. Yeah. Just come out mopping my forehead with the thing. these kids, am I right? You know. So yeah, but so we were able to raise a little bit of money, and continuing to do so. If you're ever in the super chat and you want to donate to that cause, all you have to do is donate $6.66 in the super chat, or go to patreon.com/HalSparks and become a Patreon subscriber, and make your donation $6.66. So we know exactly where it's going to, so that we can buy, we can unburden the Kushner family with 666 Fifth Avenue and turn it into a museum of heavy metal, which is my goal. I want it to be a heavy metal themed hotel and condominium, with the entire bottom 3 floors being the heavy metal Hall of Fame. That's the plan. And I think,
there you go.
I think we can. He bought it for $1.6 billion. I think we can get it, because I've read The Art of the Deal, and somebody besides Donald Trump wrote it, so I'm pretty sure I can talk him down to 1.2. Yeah, Rocky Mountain Mike in the chat room says the Hal Rock Hotel, which I think is a great name for it as well. So if you want to help do that, then like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go to halsparks.tv, and of course you can watch the stream each week, and eventually, of course, we'll be able to live stream the event we were talking about, which we will somehow coordinate. I got to talk to some of the bigger ups at WCPT that make these little listener pizza party things happen, because I've been so jealous of those things, and I want us to be able to do it. I'm excited now.
Love pizza.
Oh, for it. Anyways, so let's understand that the president went online, and his prevailing thought during this is, understand, this is the guy who wrote The Art of the Deal, and all of his tweets are essentially deal breakers. All of them. I mean, now the Democrats can't come to the floor. Oh, we got our first 666 in the super chat right now from Nicola in our chat room, and she's in England, so it's 6.66 pounds. So 6 pounds 66 pence, which is even more esoterically demonic.
More,
I
yeah.
appreciate it. That's really awesome. So the all of the tweets that he's put up, including this is so the I think these were all, yeah, these are in order. His last one was America First. Hashtag America First. And it wasn't hashtag America First. It was hashtag America and first exclamation point. So I don't know if he's just trying to get on this whole America hashtag. I'm going to push America to the top of Twitter trending. I'm good at Twitter trending. Trump shut down, went straight to the top. Folks. But his first one out of the gate, after the shutdown this morning at 6:17 a.m. At BM o'clock, was Democrats are far more concerned with the illegal immigrants than they are with our military or safety of our dangerous southern border. They could have easily made a deal, but decided to play shutdown politics instead. Hashtag, we need more Republicans in 18. In order to power through the mess. The hashtag he put was, we need more Republicans in 18. In order to power through the mess. It's a mess, folks. It's a mess. I inherited a mess. A year later, it's still a mess. But it's the greatest mess you've ever seen. So, understand, when you start your argument off in any kind of a deal situation with, Democrats are far more concerned with illegal immigrants than they are with our great military or safety at our dangerous southern border, you're kind of done. That's a walk-away line. That's a pushback from the table or turn the table over upright. Because now, the only way they can come to the table is if they agree with you that they were prioritizing illegal immigrants over the military and safety of our border. They have to come in. Chuck Schumer has to come in and goes, Mr. President, you were right. It is abundantly clear. We were prioritizing illegal immigrants over our great military. You got us. We're back at the table. We were shamed back to the table by the precision, the keen, the cunning, the instinct of this man. And then so the second one is a snide remark. This is the 1-year anniversary of my presidency, and the Democrats wanted to give me a nice president. Hashtag Democrat shutdown. That was him, like, that was his, inner middle schooler. Just when a kid finds sarcasm laying on the playground and goes, "Hey, what's this?" and starts playing with it and doesn't know how to use it yet. I'm gonna try on sarcasm. Yeah, when your kid gets in trouble because they hear, like, and you're like, blah blah blah. Somebody says that to one of their friends, is like, "I'm not listening to you," and then the teacher says, "Merry Christmas, everybody," and they go, "Merry blah blah blah," and you're like, "Oh boy, now my kid's in trouble in preschool for saying Merry blah 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 to the teacher." Right? That's like, it's not really their fault. They're new to it. They're just trying it on like a hat, right? They don't understand it's, it might be taken wrong by people, just playing with it. And it's the same thing. Like, he has the same command of sarcasm that a sixth grader does. And then he follows it up. The third one was, "For those asking, the Republicans only have 51 votes in the Senate, and they need 60. That's why they need to win. That's why we need to win more Republicans in 2018 election. We can then be even tougher on crime," in parentheses, "and border," and comma. I don't know why he had to put that in parentheses. "And even better to our military and veterans. We're so good with the military and veterans." But so for those asking, he starts with, "For those asking." When that means he's getting a lot of people going, "You're in the majority. Why can't you just pass this?" And he's like, "We only have 51 votes." Well, guess what? You don't even have all 51 of those. Let's be abundantly clear. Donald Trump can't get 51 Republican senators to sign on to this. This isn't even and Mr. Art of the Deal, "I can bring everybody to the table. It's the president's fault if he doesn't do this." Can't even get his own people to the table. Why in the world would you want to? And by the way, part of that, of making a deal in this circumstance, in a democracy where, two groups of parties have different priorities, is that you get a majority of either side. That's how consensus is done. You don't do it by playing to Tom Cotton and starting Twitter dust-ups. And of course, he I guess he thinks he ran out of space, because that's when America First came. This is the art of the deal, according to Donald Trump. Accuse your the people you're talking to of prioritizing foreigners, essentially, over military families, and then expect them to go, "Yeah, good, okay, damn it, he totally figured us out." DACA recipients, DREAM Act people, are Americans. They are undocumented Americans. They have never been, as certainly as grown-ups, many of them as cognizant children even, to their quote-unquote country of origin any more than multi-generation people in this country have. They don't know that country. They've never lived in Mexico anymore. Many of them have been living in the United States longer than Stephen Miller has been alive. They have been Americans longer than he has. And so the idea that these people are quote-unquote illegal immigrants, what you're essentially saying, if you believe a 9 or a 10-year-old who was brought to the country by their parents and has been living under this veil, you're essentially saying that any 10-year-old should be tried as an adult in a legal stance. In a legal concept, you're insisting that that's what the standard be. And then it becomes no wonder why these guys have a problem with, like, the concept of adult and child consent. because they are so slipshod with what an adult is. Dream Act recipients are not people who, as adults, snuck across the border